Hello and welcome to the DevOps Speakeasy at the JFocus conference. My name is Stephen Chin. I'm the VP of Developer Relations at JFrog, and I'm joined by Erica Lofstrom. How are you,
Lofstrom.
how are you doing, Erica?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Okay, and since you're much better at Swedish names, could you introduce yourself and a little bit
Yeah.
about what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Erica Lofstrom, as we say in Sweden, but I know that it's a Swedish name, so no hard feelings there. But I work as a developer and application security specialist at Omega Point. So what I do is that I do a like classical consultant company, but also do penetration testing and code reviews for customers. So we kind of mix those things together.
Okay, so if you're a developer and you're trying to figure out like why you should care about security, what would you say to developers about like the importance of security for their applications that they're building?
Yeah, I mean, it's just take like all the hacks that has happened like just the last couple of years. I mean, you don't really want. I mean, I want to build secure applications, and I mean, I take trust. I mean, I want to be proud of what I do, and security is a vital part of that. So I think that we as developers can't just write code. We do need to think about security.
Yeah, so like it used to be folks wrote code and they didn't care about unit testing, they didn't care about agile processes, and I think the new area which is shifting left for developers is security because it's all of our responsibility to make sure that applications and APIs and things which we're building are secure and they don't have a lot of weaknesses. So if a developer wants to improve the security of their application, what should they be looking at? What different areas should they be investigating?
I think that it's important that we don't expect every developer to be just a security specialist all of a sudden. I mean, that's why we're talking about like secure by design and trying to implement the security features when you do the development. So, and also like in the requirements, so that we can think about it together, so it doesn't become this huge thing that you do at the end of your development cycle. So, just trying to know what kind of attacks exist. And I mean, OWASP is a great resource for that. We rely heavily on that, so you don't really need to invent the wheel. You just need to be a bit more informed and then try to implement secure architecture and secure design from the beginning.
Cool. And what are some examples of like typical security issues or things which folks have to should care about when they're developing?
I mean, most of us know that we need to have authentication, so you need to be logged in. Yeah, that's fine. But what people mostly forget is the authorization. Like, yeah, perhaps I have the correct scopes and such, but am I allowed to view your data? The indirect secure IDOR reference. I don't remember the name of it, but that's when you do get data from someone that you shouldn't have access to, and people tend to forget that.
So that's a common one that like you get escalated privileges and now you're doing things on the system which you shouldn't have access to do.
Yeah, yeah. Or that you actually just read data from other customers, especially if you're running IDs with just sequential numbers, then you can just guess one, and then you will get the data from them.
Suddenly in a multi-tenant system you have access to privileged data which you shouldn't have access to.
Yeah, exactly. So people, and especially with multi-tenancy, it's really hard because there aren't really defined like this is how you do multi-tenancy. So that's something we see when we do penetration testing, that multi-tenancy is hard and it's hard to keep it secure over time.
Okay, and also I think most people are moving to cloud architectures and deploying things via Kubernetes. And do you see any common security pitfalls or things which folks do wrong with their configuration files or how they do deployments?
Yeah, I mean, in the on-prem world, we did see a lot of misconfiguration. So we see less of it in the cloud environment, and especially if you do infrastructure as code and you review the changes, you tend to keep it right. But I mean, there are pitfalls in all the platforms, and some of them are really complex. But all of them have dedicated guides which you should follow, and you should be good to go, basically.
Cool, and you're giving a talk here tomorrow at JFocus to educate developers about security. So what are the kind of the big themes which you're going to talk about here tomorrow?
Yeah, so me and my colleague Tobias will talk tomorrow at 9, and we want to just basically go through a 6-step model of all the steps that we think that you should care about as a developer, and try to provide the tools on how you do that in a job application. So we don't really teach you why. We just teach you how to prevent those attacks.
That's cool. Now that should be exciting, and it sounds like it's like fairly easy to follow as well. Like it's prescriptive advice, which is very applicable and easy to digest for developers. So that's an exciting talk.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that tomorrow.
Yeah.
And what do you think of the JFocus conference? So I think we have something like 1,600 developers here for the first time in 2 years, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's really amazing, and it's so weird to see so many people at the same place. And I really think they have done themselves this year to just get everything in place. And it's great that we could move it from February to March.
No,
May.
it's beautiful. Yeah, beautiful weather for the conference as well, which is not what I remember from past years.
No, exactly. And Stockholm is a nice city, so nice weather. It's a great conference.
Although it was odd to wake up to sunlight at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So I guess that's also an advantage of summer here. Very long days.
Yeah, exactly. You can actually wake up to the natural light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. So thanks so much for joining us for the DevOps Speakeasy here at the JFocus conference, Erica. And join us. We're giving interviews all day today and tomorrow on our YouTube channel with other great personalities. So please join us for other interviews as well. Thank you.
Thank you.